Testing. Okay. Strange. Thank you for saying something because it didn't make any sense at all. Because I just literally made it not look at my microphone and then now it looks at my microphone. Thank you so very much, Savvy Abby. You've saved, honestly, literally the entire stream. Thank you so much. Hey. Savvy Abby, how you doing? Thank you, friend. Very, very, very appreciative. Others would have let me suffer for hours, and then they'd be like, Kuro, it's been 3 long years since I've heard your voice. No audio, only music. And I'd be like, Chad, why didn't you say anything? I've been on for 3 hours. Yeah. You got me, friend. Alrighty. Christmas would have saved me, actually. I know Christmas would have come through and just been like, hit me with the emotes, and then been like, Kuro, you're not praising me for my sick emotes. Why aren't you saying anything? Are you some sort of goofball? And I'd be like, yeah, I'm a little bit of a goofball. For all we know, you might have transcended language and become a being that communicates through music. Now that, in all fairness, is reasonable and cool. Actually, that's a very, very base take, actually. So, you know what, Captain Disco? You get a pass. Because your brain is big enough. Everyone else is, No, how's your Monday? We're having a good Monday so far. I'm gonna be on a work trip from, like, this weekend till, like, middle of next weekend. So, that'll be a time. It'll be the first work trip I've been on for a while. So, I'm excited to be on that, so then I can like do my crap, do my 9 to 5, but in like the higher capacity. And I'm excited for that. I'm always excited for every opportunity to be able to do that. Captain Cisco, thank you very much for following. I appreciate it. Thank you, Fran. Welcome to the good old community, good old Kuro community. And today we're gonna be going over Spooderman, all the Spooderman cards, as well as the Tarkir stuff too, because we started talking about Tarkir last weekend, and literally we did not actually finish because we started talking about something else. I forgot. It's a week ago, which is like, 3 magic sets apparently. Or something. We started talking about Avatar and like what the cards could be in Avatar. That's what it was. That derailed us for like a good solid 2-3 hours. I love the Saiyan hoodie. Thank you. Thank ya. Did I follow you already? My bad. No biggie, friends. So yeah, we got some new stuff going on. We got a new layout. We got a new camera placement. Hey, do you like this the side profile view? So just look. I'm talking to chat right there. I see it. But really, I'm looking to the side, going like, "What the fuck did chat say? What did you guys say?" But thank you. I like this hoodie. It was like actually. Is this a year old? I was on my way to a Magic event. I want to say no, it was in Vegas last year, and like I literally get off the plane. I literally got off the plane, and then Facebook was just like, Kuro, we got a sweatshirt for you. We got a hoodie that we know you're gonna love. And I'm like, oh my god, Facebook, what do you want? I'm not listening to you. And then I looked at it, I'm just like, fuck. Okay, that's pretty good. But it must cost like $1 billion. There's no way, like, the fact that it costs a lot of money will make me not get it. And then it was like, no, it's only like $30. I'm just like, I mean, even if it's like some Temu knockoff bullshit, I mean, $30 for just like a picture is it's kind of worth it. And I mean, this thing's literally held up like perfectly fine. Like I've washed it in the washer, dryer, like perfectly fine. Like it's like, it's a hoodie, so like it's warm enough. There is no inner, I mean, not really. There's not really like a inner, you can kind of see here, right? Like it's a very flat inner material, like a very like it's insulating, but in the like just the flattest sense ever. There's no like real fluff. It is dope. It is very dope. So we do like it. We are happy for it. But yeah, we're jamming. We're having a good time today, chat. Had a good day at work. I did work. I did work well. I fixed mistakes and saved the day. And now we're here to do some Magic the Gathering. And in the best way. Kind of like jersey material. Yeah. I haven't worn like a jersey. It is warmer than a jersey, right? Like it is not, it's not like as flat as the outside is. Like it doesn't feel like a jersey on the inside. You know what I mean? Like where it's just like it's a jersey's like the same as the outside is like how the inside feels. It's not quite like that. There is some level of like fluff, but it's like micro fluff. Got it did because it's late in the UK. Have a good stream. Thank you very much, Captain. I appreciate you. Have a wonderful night, friend. Alrighty. Chat, let's talk about Magic. So there's been a couple things that have come out over the weekend. I think the biggest thing clearly is the big old Spider-Man like kind of cover page thing, yeah? Like kind of like to a huge amount. To a huge amount, the I mean, we've kind of come from like we went from just talking about Tarkir. We went from a Magicon, right, where it was like all Tarkir, and then like on people's like the last day of the con / people coming back from the con, this is like, oh, here's Avatar, right? And it's like, okay, cool. Like cons, Avatar. This is too much. You gotta slow down, Lotzi. But of course they don't. They persist. And now it's just like, oh, by the way, here's some hype material for Spider-Man. And it's just like, my lord, we didn't even. It was just the weekend after a MagicCon, and you're still just hitting us with more and more and more. By the way, like, keep on being hype no matter what. Always be hype. And it's just like, damn, Nazi, shit. Let us breathe, please. But they shan't let us breathe, not for a moment. For that is not their desire. I love how all the pieces go together and make a scene. Yes. I'm gonna pull that up right. Huh. Interesting. Right now. Okay, so if we look at what Spider-Man Panorama MTG, it's like, here we go. Let's just. Oh no, it's been removed by the moderator. Why? There we go. Oh my lord. Oh my god. It's fine. I'm pretty sure. Well, I don't want to look at Instagram for it. Where'd we go? I have it. You know what? Let me just freaking post it. Let me just post it. Let me just post image. Spooderman. There we go. Whoop. Look at that. This is pretty dope. I gotta say. This is pretty freaking cool. Chat's best Rex. This is I mean, it's just a really cool like full on image, you know? Like it's just really, really nice. Agreed, I love Universes Beyond as much as the next person, but I feel like I'm going to Tarkir next move like it's routine. I want to care for the planes, but hype over planes, it seems. I absolutely agree. Like, as a Vorthos person, right? Like, it's very difficult to not completely agree with what you're saying, right? Like, 100%. It's so difficult to not get you. It's it is something that I am like I'm just getting over. Like, not even in like the, a super. I'm certainly not saying you guys got to get over it. That's definitely not what I'm saying. I'm just even like content creation wise and everything. I'm just more and more into like, hey, I obviously love Magic like entirely, so that part doesn't leave. But I am definitely getting into more of the like routine, as it were, of just like, okay, I gotta one, I'm hyped for all these things happening, so that's always still there. But it's like, all right, like Kuro, you can't spend too long just being hype about dragons, right? You gotta be ready to like talk and yada yada about like the Spider-Man stuff as you see here. Avatar, the moment something like that drops, I gotta be ready to talk about it and things like that. It's I mean everyone, right? Believe it, trust when I say content creators are also feeling the like, whew, okay, wait, when is Tarkir? I literally talked to someone today and I was just like, they're like, oh yeah, Tarkir comes out, what was it? Tarkir comes out, like I was like flabbergasted. Um April 11th. April 11th is when Tarkir comes out. And I'm like, no way. You must be lying to me. April 11th? That's next month. Shit, man. Ugh. So it's it's a lot. 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 But I mean, hey, we carry on. The good part is like, the people who are making the decision to release sets over and over and over, and for the marketing machine to just keep on going and going and going. That's not the people who are making the cards, right? The people who are making the cards are just as dedicated to making good Magic the Gathering product, or really just like a good Magic the Gathering gameplay, as they always have been, right? Like that doesn't change. If anything, they get even more hype, right? Because they're fans of Marvel, they're fans of Avatar, they're fans of Lord of the Rings, clearly, right? So I'm learning to just like focus on that part that we enjoy, which is like, damn, what a good game. And now it's, the newer aspect is just like, hey, you see Spider-Man over there, you see Doc Ock. Well, now they're a Magic card now, right? Like no longer are they just like a fan fiction or custom card that you threw together. It's like a full on one now. And we know that we're going to get more of them too. That's also like a really big part of just pretty much like, if you don't like how Venom looks, if you don't like how Spider-Man looks, Doc Ock, etc., we know there's going to be another Doc Ock card in the set. We know there's going to be another Venom. We know there's going to be another Spider-Man. And some of these cards here, some of their, like the Venom card, we can see how that's going to, like, I mean, Venom says, like, put counters on the target symbiote. There's going to be at least one more symbiote. At least. Probably Carnage, right? Probably all the other characters. So, it's a lot. And it's very quick. And I'm learning to just kind of, and focusing on just keeping up with the paces. And making sure that, like, when these cards do come out and they are in my hands, I am, like, trying to take the time to enjoy the gameplay that they provide, as much as I can, because I know by the next week that comes out, my attention will have to be pulled, right? But one thing that helps nowadays is I can go like, all right, I'm gonna build Venom. I'm gonna build Spider-Man. I am not gonna build Doc Ock, right? Like I get at the very least a preview further ahead to just be like, you know what? Nah, I'm good. Venom just doesn't quite strike me, or maybe Venom does strike me. Venom fits along with one of my decks, like one of the decks I already own. So either there's like overlap there, maybe it's another card in the 99, maybe it replaces my commander. Who knows? But at the very least, I do get time to look at them and then choose what type of gameplay I want to have. So all right, chat. Without further ado, I think it's about time we actually get on into the dang thing. Does that make sense for everyone? Did everyone kind of get what I'm saying? Not trying to be super pure WotC shield mode or anything like that. Because I'm acknowledging it's a lot. It's a lot and it's real fast. And ugh, but I mean I ain't stopping it from coming out, you know. I'm not stopping the Green Goblin from being a human goblin villain. It just be what it's gonna be. Alright. So I think we should take a quick look at all of these, yeah? So the whole panorama has 6 total cards, but this is obviously just like the 4 legendary creatures. We'll look at their items after. So these cards here are not standard legal, okay? Nor is this the set symbol for the Spider-Man set, right? Because like you see there in the corner, it's just like the spider symbol. This is a very similar to like the Lord of the Rings, kind of like the you remember the holiday stuff, the holiday product that you were able to buy for Lord of the Rings, where it formed like a an image with 8 cards. You had like Aragorn, Hornburg Hero, and like Gimli's Reckless Might, and Legolas's Quick Reflexes and stuff like that. It's like that, where those cards are like kind of like a side product, but it's cool that they all form together into an image. But it's a side product. It's not a full on in standard playable thing, which is, I mean, I don't know why not. Just in terms of like, I think something tells me it's not standard playable more because it is a not even secondary product. It's like a tertiary product. Because it's a tertiary product, what if one of those cards were good? So then players on like a a meta level have to buy this product in order to like compete and everything. That's not Thank you very much, Pappy Slappy, for the resub. 5 months in a row. Thank you so very much. We're soon getting to our 6 month. We'll be at 9 month eventually. Thank you so much, Pappy Slappy. But yeah, I think these cards aren't standard legal because they're like a tertiary product. And if these cards were good and like super standard playable, it would make it harder for people to get, and they would like kind of have to kind of keep up competitively. Where I think these are more just supposed to be fun, very much like the Lord of the Rings holiday stuff. It's more of a celebration than here's the official card. So just something to keep in mind. So even as we go over it, if you're just like, wow, this sounds busted in standard, don't worry, it's not actually legal in standard. But if you think they're cool in Commander, which I think a lot of these are, then hey, go ahead and play them. Pappy Slappy, how was your weekend? It was good. It was very, very good. I played Monster Hunter so much all weekend long. So much Monster Hunter. That game is so good. Too good, actually. Too good, I would say. All right. Chat, let us finally dive in to our first. Well, yeah, we're gonna go one at a time. Okay. And the first one we're going to go into is going to be Venom. Deadly Devourer. So first, let's read the card, okay? So, on first reading of Le Card, Venom. Venom. Did I do the thing? I don't know if I did the thing. Whatever. Venom, Deadly Devourer. 2 black and a green, legendary creature, symbiote villain, 4/4, with vigilance, menace, and pay 3 mana. Exile target creature from a graveyard. When you do, put X +1/+1 counters on target symbiote, where X is the exiled card's toughness. Alright, so this is pretty interesting, because now, certainly not for the first time, but like as far as Golgari is concerned, we have a toughness matters commander that wants you to self-mill or mill other people's, right? Like, I mean, because this is card from a graveyard, right? Not just your own, from a graveyard. And I think that's very important. We want to make sure that we understand that. So this can, it's already a good card because you can, someone targets a Vagovoth in their graveyard with reanimate, and then you can say, I'm gonna pay 3 mana to get rid of Vagovoth, so now you don't. So it's a little bit, it's a little bit of like graveyard, um, like removal for your opponents, and as well as like a payoff for yourself if you're doing Golgari's self mill, as Golgari is wont to do at all times. And because it says put X plus one counters on target symbiote, that does lead us to believe that, like, there will be symbiote type cards in the Spider-Man set, because there's no other ones here in like the um spectacle picture. So it is nice that it doesn't just go on Venom, so Venom doesn't just turn into a Voltron, but he is probably like the head runner for the symbiotes, which, hey, fine. Sick. That's completely reasonable to me, at least. 4 mana 4/4, perfectly on vibe. Vigilance, cool. Not even that he has a tap ability, so he's just vigilant for the sake of, like, I'm gonna hit you, and then I'm gonna be able to block, and I'm gonna hit you again, and then I'm gonna be able to block. All the while, just like I'm num consuming. It is interesting that this doesn't have like a named ability, right? Like there's not like a consume, and then like in italics, and then you pay 3 and eat something. It's just do the thing, which I mean, whatever. Yukai, okay, thank you for the follow. Appreciate it. Love it. So yeah, exile target card from a graveyard when you do X plus one counters on target symbiote, where X is the card's exile card's toughness, and you can either do just like real thick toughness hypo on your end, or your opponent's, and because it's like typically like you see toughness matter decks in Duran, right, or Duran, and that's an Abzon color scheme, right, and typically like Tree Folk typo. You could, I mean, we finally get our chances to have a similar toughness matters theme without having to rely on just like Duran all the time, right? It's nice to have a different sort of commander, and because Venom's not white in this one, it's just green black. It's pretty like it's going to remain even more unique because of that. You're not going to have Dulcim in here. Oh, excuse me. You're not gonna have Dulcim in here, but you will find a lot of the same green black cards. Um. So, chat, we're gonna do, I mean, kind of what we just kind of always, what we've done in the past here. So, we're gonna go over a couple things. And the first thing we want to do is, what similar commanders are there to this Venom, right? Like, what other commanders remind you of this guy? The first one I'm gonna just like put up right now, because he reminds me of a deck that I have already, actually, and that's gonna be our boy Varolz, the Scar Stripped. Varolz being a 1 black and a green 2/2 legendary creature troll warrior. Each card in your graveyard has Scavenge, which is pay the mana value of the card. So like you have a card in your graveyard, a creature, you pay its mana value, and then all the plus and plus encounters equal to the power of that creature get placed on whatever card you want. Sapperling. Ooh, Sapperling of Kolfenor. Okay, that's a good one. Let me see. Sapperling of Kolfenor. Yeah, so Sapling of Kolfenor, 3 Golgari for a legendary creature, Tree Folk Shaman, 2/5 and indestructible. Whenever a Sapperling of Kolfenor attacks, reveal the top card of your library. If it's a creature card, you gain life equal to that card's toughness, lose life equal to its power, and then put it into your hand. that and this was very like on point for the tree folk typal that they had in original Alara Block. 100%. Super. Oh no, not Alara Block. Original Lorwyn Block is what I meant to say. Yeah. So yeah, very very similar commander. And then what's one more commander that's pretty similar to how this Venom plays? I think Varolz is definitely on top of it. Kolfanor is also super neat. I'm trying to think like um all of these are just kind of like good. Maybe okay, so it's less about like what commander acts like this card and more like, you know, what commander goes into the 99 of this sort of deck, right? I don't know. I think maybe either like a Savra, Queen of the Golgari, or I'm thinking, chat, how do you feel about this one? Boom. Jared, Golgari Lichlord, a black, black, green, green for a 2/2 legendary creature zombie elf. Jared gets +1/+1 for each creature card in your graveyard, and you can pay 1 black and a green to sacrifice another creature. Each opponent loses life equal to the sacrificed creature's power. That's gonna go pretty hard with Venom. That's pretty good. Your graveyard, yeah. Sacrifice the swamp, return Jared from your graveyard to your hand, and he just keeps on coming back, which this Venom doesn't do. You know, put him down, he'll be put down for good. But it'll be very difficult to do that in combat because he has Menache and Vigilance. So you really have to weigh, is it like worth fighting Venom or just taking like the damage? Sorry. I think most times it'll be like worth just taking the damage, but of course we'll see. So then we go. Or, nope. Boop. We go. What type of person wants this commander? Right? Like, what type of person likes Venom? Well, this version of Venom, because clearly, Venom. Who else wants this? People who like to scream Venom. I think, I mean, personally, I think Varolz would like love to swap with Venom in a lot of ways, but they're very no Varolz no that's a similar commander. Who wants this commander? Varolz players who are wanting something newer and fresher in those self-mill Golgari just eat your creatures deck. I think Skullbriar. Skullbriar. Skullbriar, the Walking Grave, homie. So, I mean, like, because Skullbriar is, I mean, just quintessential green-black in a lot of ways, and I think it's just, I mean, it's just really, really good. And if you're making other if you're making other symbiote creatures really big to toss away, right, then you would like cards like Gerard, but I think Gerard is not really looking the old direction. Oh, okay. Playing the Eminem song as we speak, really? Yeah? Indominus Rex for the keyword. Ooh, Indominus Rex. No. Mm-hmm. What was I thinking? No, what? Indominus Rex for the keywords? Yes. Alpha? No. Yes. Indominus Rex Alpha. Indominus Rex is Sultai. There's blue in that, actually. So I don't think that will necessarily work out as well. Kind of sucks that Venom also doesn't have Regenerate either. But again, these are literally beginner cards, right? Like, this is just opening sensational cards. None of these are legal in standard, and I don't think there's really much reason to like get too worked up over their inclusion in Commander. But Indominus Rex is Sultai. I think Skullbriar, The Walking Grave, people like it. People who like to eat. And then people who like to eat faces off. Just like Venom in the movie, you get to just make a bunch of puns and jokes about saying, I'm going to eat you, and then you do. You just simply do. Yeah, that's largely it. Neat OBS scene, thanks, appreciate it. I'm trying my best to be the best I can be. How you doing, you head? All right. Alright, so let's go into the next scene. So the similar commanders, we got Vorals, which I super agree with. Sapling of Kolfnor is really good too, because you're going to be like a toughness matters commander. And then Gerard, I think Gerard fits a lot more with like what the deck is going to end up doing, which is like self-mill and probably just like, you know, flinging whatever symbiote you put the most counters on at someone's face, which is honestly what Gerard does all the time. Venom. Alright. So then now over to the second question we want to ask is, what does the commander want, chat? So, looking at Venom's abilities right there, right? You see him right there. What is Venom asking of us? What is Venom asking of us? Venom is asking of other symbiotes, right? Because he's not specific. Because if the symbiote thing didn't matter, right? Like if they weren't printing anymore, they would just say Venom eats something and gets bigger, right? But they want you to be able to divide it around, right? So other symbiotes, obviously, those other symbiotes come out in the actual set and not here, of course. But still, Venom wants other symbiotes. Venom probably wants Trample. To get your opponent to block with more creatures. And then you eat something. Wow, this is not even on activate only as a sorcery. I just realized that. Hey, ya boy Ed Games, thank you so much for the Twitch Prime sub. I really appreciate you, friend. Thank you so very much. What would you say, yeah, your boy Ed Games. What does Venom want? What is Venom asking of us? Other symbiotes, I would say Trample. Right? Like Venom specifically wants Trample so that the menace means they have to block like with a lot, or they just kind of like last for one more turn. I'm thinking Trample, yeah. And then 3 mana, exile target creature from graveyard. From a graveyard, wow. When you do put X counters on target symbiote. So, I mean, mask. I would, okay, perfect. You said it right there. Maskwood Nexus. Oh, sorry, that's not it. There we go. Other symbiotes, Trample, Maskwood Nexus. So as of right now, obviously in the future when the set is out, they'll have more symbiotes. But as of right now, yeah, you want Maskwood Nexus so you can say, hey, you, and you are symbiotes. Venom is not blue in this version of himself, so we will need to find a way around that. Like, how can we still be a super powerful deck and need because like Massbook Nexus is the only colorless card that switches creature type. Oh, no, Conspiracy, right? Is that yeah, Conspiracy. Um um the Conspiracy is just the card, right? I just can't seem to like just find the. Okay, there it is. Yeah, Conspiracy, the card. I'm gonna put that in very helpful suggestions from the chat. As Conspiracy comes into play, choose a creature type. Creatures you own that aren't in play, creature spells you control, and creatures you control are the chosen type for 3 black. Mm-hmm. Got your reprint. Oh, I did get a reprint of Assassin's Creed. That's so true. It did. It did. That's cool. Alrighty. What else does the symbiote want? It has a Massive Nexus to make more symbiotes. It has Trample. It has the other symbiotes. I think that's kind of it. Oh, and then mill. Self-mill or mill? I'm leaning on mill. Instead of self-mill. I don't know. How does it sound to chat here? Mess with Nexus. Oh no, sorry, that's a blue spell. Right, I just keep thinking of blue spells that do all this. I think self mill. Same. I have Master Transcendent built, and I got full mill more than myself. Right. So you're saying that like milling out your opponents is faster than self milling yourself? Yeah, is that what you're saying? Yep, and more options available. True. Yeah, super diving in on yeah, on too many mill strategies, especially like if they're separate, right? Like if you're just like I want to mill a little bit, but then I also want to make you a little bit. You're dealing with a lot there. So it's probably better to kind of just like focus in one direction. And I believe that we won't get Massive Nexus all the time, but I think just like having self mill is more Golgari, you know? I think it's better for you to be the player that self mills because then you can get, 3 mana out of it. Whereas if your opponents are waiting on things, like, then they're going to. If your opponents are waiting for you to mill them out, they're going to be disappointed because you're not mono blue petitioners. So it's going to be real slow, but you're going to be able to take their best creatures from their graveyard for 3 mana. They also exile permanently too, which is even better. Yeah. So a lot more options. I'm going to say it's self mill, and then we can sprinkle in like other targeted mill when we're feeling a little extra, feeling a little frisky. All right. Hey, lovely Medusa, good to see you, my friend. So now the next question is, what does the deck want, right? So like whatever deck houses Venom, Deadly Devourer, what type of deck is it going to be? I would say, just big toughness creatures, right? Can we find big toughness creatures? Do you know of any big toughness creatures? Let's see. What does the deck want? So for toughness things, we either want to. We're saying EDH Rec page has cards like Unhallowed Phalanx in the tree. Oh, Tree of Perdition. Ooh, yeah. Hold on. Okay, so before we're suggesting specific cards, we will get to the specific cards, right? So, but before that, size matters payoffs. Yeah. We're looking. What does the deck itself want to facilitate the goals of the commander, right? Because like the commander wants other symbiotes. It wants trample so that the menace means a lot more. Massive Nexus is a very specific card, right? But like, he wants Massive Nexus. Like Venom wants Massive Nexus for sure. And then Self Mill, just like in general, because that's what he's asking. He needs a graveyard for him to feed off of, right? So then the deck, in order to facilitate that, they want size matters payoffs. Yep. I carry creatures that cycle into. Ooh, okay, yeah. Cycle to get into yard. What else do we have, chat? What else are we looking for when we're looking at Venom? What else does the deck of Venom want? Cycle is pretty good. Wheels? It could wheels. I mean, wheels doesn't hurt you at all. Wheels. Too much mana to actually activate them. 3 mana? 3 mana? No, we're fine. We're fine with 3 mana to activate him. And he has vigilance, so it's not even like he has to tap in order to do it. He can do it multiple times. I think that's perfectly fine. Maybe it was like 6 mana or something, then I'd be like, yeah, damn. But like, nah, 3? I think 3 is a nice round number for it. And, yeah, again, he doesn't have to tap, which is awesome. And there's 3 colorless, too. It's not like, 1 green, black. It is 3 colorless, so anyone can trigger that. So size matters, payoffs, cycle to get cards into the yard. That's pretty cool. And it draws you cards, too. Wheels don't really hurt Venom. Like, not really. I guess the wheels don't. Wheels don't hurt you and they only make you stronger. You do need... I guess this is like a Voltron. No, you get to put on anyone else. What else does the deck want? It wants self-mill effects like... keep speed. I mean, even for the first activation is a lot. You still have to cast it. 4 mana, right? I don't think you typically will do 4 mana and then 7 mana. Like, cast them and then activate its ability immediately. But if you do late game, cool. Like, you actually do get to do that, which is nice. We want self-mill effects on... Doesn't really matter if it's upkeep or not. Just anything that helps you self-mill. Yeah, you have to activate. Yep. Self-mill effects. What else does the deck want? I imagine... Oh, duh, high toughness, right? Alright, high toughness creatures, like outrageously high ones, right? In which we know they are in green and black, even if Venom doesn't have like the white color to just be a Duran deck. We know that there are creatures that we can devour to get us there. Unblockable. Yeah, 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 yeah. Yeah, mm, let's see. High toughness creatures, like outrageously high. Right, so not just you don't want just an 8/8, right? If you could have a 018, like some walls, like a lot of walls, right? Walls used to just be used to keep out big power creatures, and now you can just have the same sorts of walls, but they turn into big damage creature, leading an army of similar looking big damage creatures. You know, so unblockable would be fine. I've come more to the conclusion that I like um what was I gonna say? Oh my god. I kind of like having to dig for the answer. You know what I mean? It's not just kind of like tutor everything you want into the graveyard. So it's like you do want self mill, a little bit of blind self mill, so you can keep the engine going, but you don't need to necessarily just like put cards directly into the graveyard and then, you know, boom, Venom just kind of like combos out and wins. Although Venom winning is not really a bad thing. Okay, so that is, and then villains who want a monologue can definitely play Venom for sure. As they take the last piece that you were gonna resurrect with a reanimation spell, they eat it and they go hop, nom, 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 and then tell you their master plan about how they were going to take over the game. Okay, so villain monologue. Okay, so then answering those questions, then boom. Oops. Then the final question is, we'll kind of like the Valorant deck. So if we do Venom, Vimam, Venom, Deadly Devourer. So, what are some cards that definitely need to go into a Venom Deadly Devourer deck? We know, what did you say earlier? Someone said something earlier, and it was just like, oh yeah, no, for sure, for sure. Unhallowed Phalanx? Never heard of this card. 4 in a black for a 1/13. Oh my lord. Creature Zombie Soldier, a common from Midnight Hunt. Um, and enters the battlefield tapped. I mean, yeah, it's a mass of zombies. But that's I mean, dang. 3 mana to get +13/+13. That's kind of wild. Tanoth Rex is good. Good creature with 11 toughness. Yeah, what's in Tanoth Rex? Oh yeah, yeah, yeah. So one thing that you can do is kind of like just the marriage of cycling. Oh my goodness, marriage of cycling. So like you have Titanus Rex is normally a 9 mana 11/11, but the cycling cost is just 1 in the green, and you put a trample counter on a creature you own. Yep, any one of them. So then 2 mana, you cycle, you do get to draw a card, and whenever you cycle, right? It's just like what a goofy card Titanus Rex is. Mandate of Abaddon, right. Man. All right, Mandate of Abaddon, 3 in the black. Choose target creature you control. Destroy all creatures with power less than that creature's power. Oh, choose a target you control. Destroy all targets in the area of power less than that of the creature's tower. I kind of like Mandate of Abaddon. Yeah, I like this. We're gonna add that to the main for sure. And then what else did you say? For 5 mana, you get a 11 plus 11 symbiotic with trample. True. Brawn, right? We need Brawn in here for sure. As long as this card is in your graveyard and you control a forest, creatures you control have trample. And the Tree of Perdition. Tree of here. Troll of Khazad-dûm. Yeah, give me Tree of Perdition. How do you spell that? There we go. Tree of Perdition. Yep, that'll be pretty good because even if someone like kills it, right? Because like, I mean, God, come on, why would you block and kill a 0/13? Right? It's just done nothing to you. But with the Tree of Perdition, you can take over probably a lot of this game that you have. The entire game that you have Venom out is going to be like a real. Wow, he's getting so far ahead all of a sudden. This creative toughness, yeah. Troll of Khazad-dûm, yeah. No, Troll is right. Oh, we have Tree of Redemption. You said Tree of Redemption? Oh. Tree of Redemption? What am I spelling wrong here? I'm clearly doing something Oh, not playing the T. Duh. Alright, Tree of Redemption. Exchange your life total with that toughness. Oh, wow, that'd be hot. I feel like there's a couple like combos in a way that you can do. But they're all like 3-card ones, right? Like you have your commander out, and then either like you just when you're in a graveyard, it'll just take you and put 13 plus and plus encounters on something. You know, someone that's also symbiote. But if you I don't know, if you exchange your life totals with the this creature's toughness. Tree of Redemption. I don't change your life total with this creature's toughness. There's not more cards like that, right? I'm Tree of Perdition, Redemption. I guess it's just these two. Where you're in Wound Reflection, right? Or I guess it just doubles damage when you take damage. So I guess that's not really what you want here with Venom. Venom just wants like big toughness to increase a bunch, but not really there for just like maybe even actually dealing damage. We have Trample though. We have Trample. I mean, Death Touch is already always cool, but I think the trees